Okay, hi and welcome to Be the One in English. As you know, I'll be replacing Haley. Don't you worry, she's only in the basement. I'll probably let her out eventually. Or not, she'll be back not in not such a long time. So don't you worry, I know she's way prettier than I am. Well, so as usual, we have 100 euros in game that will be shared among those of you guys who achieve a 400 points score. And there's also a bonus of 50 euros for those of you guys who achieve a score of 960 points. So we prepared you a very special movie quiz. So I really hope you guys know a little bit about films and movies and all that, because that will lead you to the cash prize of 100 euros and even the bonus. Let's go with the first question. In which year did Chariots of Fire win Best Picture Oscar? In 1982? In 1980, in 1984, or in 1986? You know, Chariots of Fire is a British film that tells the fact-based story of two athletes in the 1924 Olympics. Yeah, it's 1982. 1982. So I was telling you, so just this film about two athletes in the 1924 Olympics, Eric Liddell, a Scottish Christian who runs for God, and Harold Abrams, an English Jew who runs to overcome prejudice, which is really good. So the best score is Matt. Matt, you had the best score, and 44% of you guys had this one right. That's really good. This leads us to our second question that says, what was the first Part 2 film to win an Oscar? Die Hard 2, Rocky 2, Godfather 2, or Rambo 2? You know, it's like really usual nowadays to have second parts of films. But note, all of them are successful, and this one really won an Oscar. It's The Godfather 2, and actually rumors say that Marlon Brando initially agreed to return because, you know, he was in The Godfather 1 but not in the second one. And initially he agreed to return for the birthday flashback sequence, but the actor, feeling mistreated by the board at Paramount, failed to show up for the Singles Day shooting, and so he's not in this Godfather 2, which is really, really, really a pity because he was an amazing actor. So, Emmerich Charles, you had the best score in this question. Congratulations. And let's see how many of you guys had this one right. It's 54% of you guys answered correctly to this question. So, let's go to our third question. Sean Connery won his only Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in what 1987 film? Children of a Lesser God, The Untouchables, The Hunt for Red October, Beauty and the Beast. It's not that easy. It's The Untouchables. It's a 1987 American gangster film. I really like gangster films. This one was actually really great. And Connery played the role of Jimmy Maloney, or Jimmy Malone if you speak Italian, but Jimmy Maloney, the American way. And it was actually a great role. But you probably know the film. And, you know, this gangster films, and Sean Connery is just an amazing, amazing actor, especially here in The Untouchable. And it was just one of, just one of these films that you just really want to see and watch and watch and watch again, because it's really, really good. Just, if you want to have any more questions related to any type of films, just let us know on Facebook, and we will kind of adjust our quizzes. So 44% of you guys actually answered this question correctly. That's actually good. And Antoine Luigi had the best. Antoine Luigi, ma tu sei italiano come Jimmy Malone. So great. So let's go to our fourth question. How many Oscars did the film Ben-Hur receive? 11, 7, 5, or 15? This was like long ago, so you probably don't know. Think about it. If you're a fan of films, it's 11 Oscars. Actually, it was a remake of the 1925 silent film with the same title. Ben-Hur was adapted from Lew Wallace's 1880 novel, Ben-Hur, A Tale of Christ, and was a huge success, as you can imagine. If it received 11 Oscars, it means that it was just a big movie, just the way we love them. Let's see how many of you guys answered correctly to this question. 57% of you guys, which is really good because, it's 11 Oscars, but it's not like this really popular film, so it's good. Let's go to our fifth question. When was The Hours nominated for Best Picture Oscar? 2002, 2007, 1997, or 1992? Just, you know, The Hours with Meryl Streep, this really nice film. It was actually in 2002, you know, as I was telling you, this great film with Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, and Julianne Moore, but it unfortunately lost to the musical comedy crime Broadway-inspired film Chicago, which is an amazing film as well. And 60% of you guys had this answered to this question correctly, which is good. I mean, considering it was not like the winner. So let's go to our sixth question. Which film won the first Oscar for Best Picture? Grand Hotel, Mutiny on the Botany, Wings, All Quiet on the Western Front. This one, you should really know it, because it's like, it's part of the film history. So I really hope you guys answered properly. Wings. Wings is a 1927 American silent war film set during First World War and released by Paramount Pictures. And actually, for the big fans of American cinema, Gary Cooper appears in a small role, which helped launch his career in Hollywood. So all of you fans of American movies, you probably know that, but if not, you just learned a new fact. And it's a new fact, and it's always good to know that Wings was the first Academy Award winner for Best Picture. Wings, 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 wings. It just has to stay in your mind. It's always good, you know, when you go to a dinner and all that, and you know what to say, you can just say that. You know which film was actually the first film to win the Oscar for Best Movie? Oh, it was Wings from 1997. It was, you know, stuff like that. So 35% of you guys answered correctly to this question, which is great. So let's go with our seventh question. Which Oscar-winning actress was born in Darjeeling, India? Vivian Leigh, Hilary Swank, Katharine Hepburn, or Elizabeth Taylor? Think about it. Take your time. Well, actually, no, don't take your time. Just answer, and answer properly. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Vivian Leigh, that's actually the good answer, and she won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress for her iconic performances as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind and Blanche Dubois in the film version of A Streetcar Named Desire. Like really huge cinema classics. I really hope you guys have watched at least Gone with the Wind or A Streetcar Named Desire. Actually, 46% of you guys had the right answer, which is really good. And this leads us to our 8th question. Who was the first actor to receive a Best Oscar posthumously? Marlon Brando, Peter Finch, Paul Newman, or Charlie Chaplin? Really think about it. Who was the first dead person? It was Peter Finch. And other posthumous Oscar winners are Walt Disney and Heath Ledger. I mean, obviously Walt Disney not as Best Actor Oscar, but for his production of other type of, like, you know, cartoon movies. But Heath Ledger, it was same category. So 49% of you guys had this one answered correctly to this question. So that's really good. And this leads us to our 9th and last question. I want you to tell me which picture won the Best Foreign Language Oscar in 1993. Indochine, Farewell, My Concubine, Belle Époque, or Close to Eden? Just really think about it. Let's go back to 1993. Which picture won the Best Foreign Language Oscar in 1993? Indochine, which is a French film starring Catherine Deneuve, and it is set in colonial French in Indochine during, you know, 1930s and 1950s, and it's the story of a French plantation owner and her adopted Vietnamese daughter, and it's an amazing film, and it's a French classic. So if you haven't seen it, you really should. So 82% of you guys answered properly, which is really good. And I'm really curious because I want to know how many winners do we have tonight here and be the one. So we have 309 winners tonight, which is amazing. So you guys are going to share the prize of 100 euros, which is really, really good. And I'm just waiting for the numbers of the super winners because I know that we have many super winners. I really hope so. I really want to give you those 50 euros, guy. So, yeah, I'm really waiting. So, you know what? There were lots of super winners. I will just not be able to tell you how many today, but you will guess. I'm sure you will guess. I can tell you that we have 309 winners and that you guys will share 100 euros, and that's amazing. Well, I just wish you guys an amazing evening and if you're here in Europe, and if not, just have an amazing afternoon in the Americas or wherever you are. And let's have fun, and let's meet tomorrow again at the same time here on Be the One in English. Good night.